Before we begin today's conversation, we want to acknowledge that we'll be discussing topics related to sexual and reproductive health, mental well-being, and personal experiences that may be sensitive for some viewers. Our goal is to create a safe and open space for discussion, but we understand that these topics can be triggering or emotionally challenging. If you find any of our content distressing, we encourage you to seek support from a trusted friend, family member, or professional, or you can reach out to our Bex's chatbot. Viewer discretion is advised. Up next on DiCHiPi UNFiLTERED, Nomvelo Makhanya, welcome!
Purr,
Oh, you're saying purr, but you're not Gen Z. Can you see?
No, guys.
You are a
no,
contradiction, my
listen. I'm
sister.
a granny of these children.
Ooh,
you know,
okay.
I had to run so that they can walk.
I don't know if you've ever had something that triggered your anxiety in real life. Like, what kind of situations have you found yourself in that are like...
I think any situation. I can even when I have to meet people for the first time and then I have to think about
Like today.
Today I
You
have to
have to act
introduce
cool.
myself. Lauren, how do you introduce yourself? How are you gonna say,
What's my
hi,
name?
my name is Lauren? Or do you ask them, hi, who are you? Or like, how do you
That's so funny. Hi, who are you? Like, ma'am, is that a way to meet people?
I don't know. That's, you see where the anxiety comes
I
from.
hear what you're
So
saying.
it's like sometimes even the smallest things, but then like you just have to tell yourself, I'm calm, I'm confident, I'm Lauren Smith, and I'm capable.
Sexy.
Oh, yes,
and I'm
sexy.
capable. Yes, that's the word. That's the
We'll
word I was
swap
gonna
them
use.
over.
Okay, period.
They just spew out whatever they decide comes out of their mouth, you know. But it's just energy. Yeah.
I was even gonna say even scheduling when you want to cry or just having positive pep talks with yourself. Like I will not every single morning I have a conversation with myself. And
You
if I'm
have
not
to.
happy, hey Lauren, you're not okay. And
You
it's
have
fine.
to.
It's not okay. It feels heavy. We're gonna do some breathing. We're gonna do some butterfly taps and we're gonna conquer the day.
Yeah.
Wait, what are these butterfly taps? Can you show me?
So it's like you just do this and it calms down your nervous system.
Hi, guys.
No, you have
Don't
to.
fight.
You have to do one.
No, because I need it now.
Opposite side.
DiCHiPi Salva. Welcome to episode 7 of DiCHiPi UNFiLTERED. And we're officially halfway, Lauren.
Ah, we've made it!
We've made it!
I'm so excited!
Yeah. I'm hearing the stadium of like, yeah.
DiCHiPi.
It's like the TikToker in me.
It's-
coming on with the sound effects. How are you doing?
I'm doing
What
good
are some
though.
developments? 7 weeks of podcasting, ma'am.
Been going, and just being like, Lauren, have fun.
Have
a
you won
good
a SAFTA yet?
time."
An Oscar?
Oh
Anything
my
happen
goodness.
in between?
You know, award season is happening, but you know what? We're not there yet.
You're not
You know,
there
we're
yet.
not
We're not there yet. I
We're
heard you
gonna-
say you're starting a writer's class, something like that.
Yes.
What's that about, girl?
I want to start writing. I want to stop being like the star in someone else's story. I want to write my own story.
Period.
You
I
know what I'm saying?
That's right. That is so good.
Yeah.
I love that for you.
How are you doing though?
Fine, you know, I feel free. I feel lighter.
Okay.
I almost said something I was like absolutely TMI, but like I'm not gonna do that.
Okay.
I'm gonna keep it together. I'm gonna keep it professional.
We're gonna
calm,
keep it cute,
cool,
calm,
collected.
demure.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But obviously we're here today because of JiK'iZiNTO.
Period.
And I really am excited to get into the conversation with today's guest.
Yeah.
Because I think it's somebody that everybody knows,
Exactly.
loves, and is super special. And I
Yeah.
love that she's someone who's really open with her life and her experiences. So maybe that's why I'm feeling lighter. I'm feeling lighter
Yeah.
because an angel of
Will
light
grace our
is
presence
going to bring in
today.
our presence.
Be around us today.
Yes.
And I think I also just wanted to reference DiCHiPi and the journey it's been. You know, it brought us together. It brought us to the space where we're doing this podcast together, where we're meeting our guests today, which we're very excited for everyone else to meet. So I think it's just being grateful for them and JiK'iZiNTO for bringing us. Amusam.
And when you're an actress, ne?
Yeah.
I'm sure the actress in you is like, oh my god, yes.
But no, I was trying to play it cool. I don't know if you saw in the
I saw
dressing
you were
room.
like, you're like,
I was like, hey.
I didn't really get to
Introduce
greet
myself.
you earlier, but
Hi, it's nice
my
to
name's
meet you.
Lauren. Nice to meet you. You killed me so much. I was sitting in the corner laughing like, look at this cool girl acting cool. Aye, what's going
She
on?
looks so cool, and I'm
she
like,
is so cool.
hi.
Let's stop talking about her. I
Okay,
think we
okay,
should bring
yes.
her in, but I believe you've got a clip that we need to see.
a clip we need to see.
What's going on? Dad?
Daddy, what's going on?
That car was supposed to be yours.
it was going to be a gift for you once you applied and you got the fellowship. But you're too busy with booze and boozing it up to care about your future. I sold the car.
Daddy, wait, I wasn't boozing. I can explain.
What? What do you have to explain, Grace? This was the plan. You and I would drive into work every day, father and daughter. Do you know what I sacrificed for that car? For you. All the favors I pulled, all the hard work, and you just out here throwing it all away. Do you know what I sacrificed for this family?
Aisha, Daddy's little engineer.
Oh my goodness.
What happened?
Everything fell apart. What do you mean what happened?
Yeah,
like
that's so
everything
real.
kind of just crumbled in front of her, and you kind of don't want to spoil too much for obvious reasons for people who haven't watched the show yet, which I hope this gives you
They're
like
go
a...
and watch the show,
Go and watch
ma'am.
the
Like,
show,
what are you doing
guys.
with
Go
your
and...
life?
Yeah, what are you doing? But it just makes you feel so sorry for Grace, because you're like, oh my goodness, she's been building up and keeping the secret for such a long time, and she's been wanting to tell her dad, and she had the courage. We literally spoke about it. I can't remember if it was the last episode about her having the courage of trying to talk to him, and
Yeah,
then he
episode
wasn't
5.
there, you know? So it's like, oh, she really tried, and then it blows up in her face, and she kind of like breaks down.
And then the nail biting continues. The girl can't sleep anymore.
The
And I feel like,
stressors.
the thing with Grace is like, this babe has anxiety. Like, we can all see it at this point. And I think
Yeah.
if you remember our conversation with the clinical psychologist, she had helped us like kind of identify what it looks like
Yes,
when you've got
exactly.
anxiety. So now that you're able to, I see that in Grace. I think for me, what stresses me out the most is that this is her daily bread.
Yeah.
Like, having anxiety is one thing. It's okay to be nervous about something. It's okay to be anxious about a situation. But every day,
Every day of your life.
that's not normal.
Yeah, that's not normal.
And there's so many different triggers. I mean, in this case, it was the fact that her father sold what was supposed to be her first car.
Yeah.
That he had been building for like weeks.
Yeah.
Academically, it's looking shaky.
Very
she doesn't even have a
shaky.
boyfriend. And you know, when you don't have a boyfriend, life is just sad.
Okay, Grace is not wasting any of her time with a man. I will honestly say that.
No, because books before boys, because boys bring babies. Do you know that?
Yes,
Do you know the certain
dude.
reason? Do you know them?
No, but that I love
You've
that.
never
though.
heard that in your life.
No.
Ma'am, you're 25. No one's ever said to you books before boys because boys bring babies.
The first part, the second part about them bringing babies, I've never heard
Oh,
before.
wow.
Because Grace literally says books before boys, like in the show.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
because...
But she doesn't say before babies.
Oh, okay, fine.
She's not thinking about
Fine.
that.
Fine. I hear that. I hear
Yeah.
that. But I think there's so many different triggers. I don't know if you've ever had something that triggered your anxiety in real life. Like, what kind of situations have you found yourself in that are like...
I think any situation, I can even when I have to meet people for the first time, and then I have to think about
today.
I
You
have to
have to act
introduce
cool.
myself. Lauren, how do you introduce yourself? How are you gonna say,
What's my
hi,
name?
my name is Lauren? Or do you ask them, hi, who are you? Or like, how do you?
That's so funny. Hi, who are you? Like, ma'am, is that a way to meet people?
I don't know. That's, you see where the anxiety comes
I
from.
hear what you're
So
saying.
it's like sometimes even the smallest things, but then like you just have to tell yourself, I'm calm, I'm confident, I'm Lauren Smith, and I'm capable.
Sexy.
Oh, yes,
and I'm
sexy.
capable. Yes, that's the word. That's the
We'll
word I was
swap
gonna
them
use.
over.
Okay, period. But I think you've highlighted something so beautiful in that in your everyday interactions, when you're meeting people, you get a
Yeah.
little anxious. When you're about to do something big for the first time, you get a little anxious.
Anxious.
And all those things are normal.
Yeah.
But I think where it starts to like bite into your sleeping, into the bodily
exactly.
harm, like the clinical psychologist taught us. I
Yeah.
think that's where it's important that you now realize that it's time to seek the help of a professional.
Exactly. Or just speak to someone, even speak to someone in your life, just to tell them, hey, I'm feeling like
Someone
a bit
older,
stressed.
wiser.
You know what I'm saying? Just to get the feelings out of your head, because when you live in here, you'll drown in here. So even just writing it down or speaking to someone really just makes the
Wow,
biggest
man.
difference.
That's a bar right there. When you live in here, you drown in here. I like that. And someone who's a very big advocate for changing the way that you think and your perspective on situations is Nomvelo. So I think it's time for us to bring her in. Nomvelo Makhanya, welcome.
Good.
So our next guest is someone who wears many hats, but today we are calling her a mental health activist. And I want to make sure that you know that she's not Gen Z. She's a millennial. Because I got shouted at for calling her a Gen Z. But you might know her from her role on ETV's Scandal, as well as her new work as a DJ in Afrotech and all things vibey. Nomvelo Makhanya, welcome!
Bird,
You're saying
darling.
but you're not Gen Z. Can you see?
No, guys,
You are a
no,
contradiction,
listen.
my sister.
I'm a granny of these children, you know.
Okay.
I had to run so that they can walk.
What?
Wait, isn't it
You
the
get
other way around?
No,
Don't
guys.
you walk so that we
Can run.
No, I must do the hard work so that you guys do the easier work.
I can see
Like-
that. I can see
Okay,
that.
you
I'll
get
say
it?
that.
Mama,
get
yes.
it?
Thank you,
Yeah.
Granny.
She's
for your
educating
sacrifice.
us.
How Nkosi yami.
Stop it.
But I think Grace is a character that Lauren plays in the show DiCHiPi. And her character really goes through the most in terms of mental health. But this is somebody whose mental health journey isn't really acknowledged. It isn't really something that is dealt with or taken care of.
Yeah.
And I mean, I've seen much of your story where in 2016 you finally had the courage to go up to your mom and say, hey, wow, I need help. But you spoke about how it was in your upbringing that you were able to kind of see that, no man, they are not like us, you know? I'm not like them. There's something else about me. And I love the way that you phrased it. You said, it's not that I'm crazy or there's something wrong with me. It's just that I need a little extra love. Like, I just need a little
Period.
extra
And a little extra
TLC.
TLC.
You know what I'm saying? But I want to know from you, in your childhood, when you say there were moments where you realized that something's wrong or you're not like everyone else, what were those moments?
I think more than anything, just isolation. I was always very isolated. Like
Sounds like someone.
sometimes yes by choice, sometimes not by choice. But I was always a very isolated child. I wanted to just be by myself. Sometimes I just get annoyed by
people.
just like with people too much today. I don't want to be around. There's just too much energy for me. I don't want to be around that energy. That hair. That's kind of.
It'd be like that. Shouldn't you're a baddie.
Anyways, I mean,
It's not easy.
It's not
It's
easy.
easy.
But yeah, it's just isolation, not wanting to be around people a lot. And also even when you are around people, like you genuinely have a good time when you're around people. And it's like, what is wrong? Like I enjoy people, but then there are moments where I don't want to be around them. Like, it's overwhelming for me to just be around them. Yeah.
That's wild. And I'm like, for me, then my question becomes, how did you navigate that? Because obviously you are not Gen Z, you know? You're born on the other side of the border of age. And I know with my older cousins and older family members, things like stigma and stereotypes around mental health, especially when you say, depression, anxiety, bipolar, what's going on? So how important was it for yourself to deal with it and kind of break the stigma for you? Because it's one thing to be dealing with it from your mom or your elders.
Yeah.
But what about you judging yourself?
I think it was very important to just kind of, because I knew there was a problem, I knew that also I wanted to become a better person for myself, right? And obviously also for the people around me. So I had to kind of take the initiative. It was okay. Ngiyayibona ikhona inkinga lana, so we need to find a solution for this problem. Like I can tell there's things I'm maybe not understanding, and I feel like maybe we kind of need to see a professional. And I obviously spoke to my mom about it, and just like, we genuinely have nothing to lose. So if you feel like something is wrong and this is something you've, noticed along the years as well. I was also very fortunate to be like in an art school where everything was very expressive. Like we were very expressive. So you learned a lot and you understood certain things. So it was easy to speak to my mom about those things. Like, okay, there's this feeling and I kind of want a solution. How do we deal with this thing? And then she agreed. So psychologist. My psychologist is like, hi, Wena.
Hey.
I'm booking you in, my sister. I'm booking you in. But also he was just like, it's definitely going to help me. He's like, there's a lot of people in your industry as well that have been going through a lot of these things. So I genuinely feel like there's a lot you're going to learn and there's a lot that you're going to overcome. Basically that happened. And it happened like I think a week before I was supposed to open work because we were on production break.
Yeah.
So it's like, whoa, it's just a lot going on. So that happened and basically went in and was quite the roller coaster, if you ask me.
I can imagine.
And then what was that transition like from your teenage years into your adulthood, like navigating such a big moment while you were young, exactly like working, and now you're like, okay, how am I transitioning into my adulthood, thinking about my mental health and having all that knowledge to digest?
I think, you know, where I had a light bulb moment, right, was when, it was actually after I came out of hospital.
Oh, really?
Right, when I actually spoke up about my mental health, and you realize the reception was crazy. It was just like, oh, you're going through that? I'm also going through that. Oh my God, you've helped me so much. And I was I think I was only 21. So I was really entering into like,
In
you
your
know, in my
Yes.
my young adulthood.
Viva.
Viva. So, you know, I was really kind of maneuvering into that. So I feel like that moment itself, when I spoke up about it, genuinely helped me, and it helped a lot of people as well around me, because I did not expect that reaction, because I guess for the longest of times my mom didn't want me to speak up about it, because it's like, no, it's just our little thing, like we don't have to talk about it. And I understand her completely, like her feelings were valid. I will never
Your
take
feelings are always valid.
her feelings are
Period.
always valid. I will never take away that from her, you know. So but I just felt like there was just something in me that's like, man, something has to be done. And also I just feel like that's my purpose, to help people.
Come on, somebody.
You know, so I just felt like it was something I needed to speak about, because it genuinely helped me. Like, even just like, oh, I'm able to just navigate the world with, you know, this illness, and it's okay. There's nothing wrong with me. It's just a superpower.
Period.
So I'm assuming then you didn't actively wake up and say, I want to be an activist. I'm going to
No,
fight for the
actually,
rights.
that happened because it's so funny. So while I was still in hospital, it was during what year? I think it was in 2016. We missed vote that year, right? Yes, we were voting.
Ish, I don't know. I was a child.
You were a
I
child.
was a baby.
Well, yeah, the elections. I think we had elections that year. So, so I had gotten a day pass from hospital to be able to just go home and vote for the day and whatever. So I live right opposite a school, so it was just like a walk away. So I decided to walk to the school to obviously cast my vote. I still have obviously my hospital bands on as well, not a stress. So when I get there, the ladies like to me, how? Then hospital bands, what's going on with
Ish,
you?
Mara, those mamas.
And there's nothing wrong with people asking. I've never had a problem with people asking questions, because I feel like it's a way to kind of teach
Yes, 100%.
people. But I think it was the reaction that just had me, and I was like, you know, okay. So she asked me. I'm open about it. I'm just like, no, I'm in hospital. I'm in a psychiatric hospital currently. Diagnosed with depression, the bipolar, and the anxiety, you know. Like, yeah, what's depressing you? You're so young. The reaction was just like, I was like,
Oh my goodness.
whoa. I did not, you're overwhelming me also. I also realized also being out while I was still in hospital was also very overwhelming. Like the real world was too overwhelming. Like someone could say something so stupid and it would make you cry. Like even that moment, I was just like, I was just expressing to you and letting you know what's going on, and I was hoping you could learn from that. But whoa, you're overwhelming me, and I don't want to have this conversation. But I think that moment, I was like, there's a problem in the Black community, and we have to we have to bridge the gap and teach people in this community about mental health, because people really think this is a white man's disease. It's not. It's
a person's disease.
It's a person's disease. It's a human's disease. And you just, like I said, all you just need is a little extra TLC, and that's it. And to just be taken care of, to be heard, to be seen.
Period,
Which is what every human being wants. I think whether you've been diagnosed with something or not,
Or
I think it's a
not.
fundamental thing that we all want. But like, I'm curious because I'm not an actress, guys. You people are actresses. And when you spoke about the transition from the hospital to the real world, there's something that you mentioned that I remember hearing you say about breaking down all the time on set. Like, now you're back into the real world. We're busy in between takes.
Gotta keep it together.
Yeah, you have to keep it together.
And my thing is, as people who have to then carry the emotions of so many different characters, like tomorrow you are Grace who's anxious, tomorrow you are Sbanbano who's crying as well. How do you separate the feelings of the characters you play versus the drama that you already have in your life?
I think at that time, just after I came out of hospital, I was just very fortunate enough to have a a strong support structure at home and at work. Like, they were very supportive. They knew what I was going through. So I would have moments as well where obviously you are breaking down, but it was something that was understood. And also for me, it was something also that was still new to me. Like, I had no idea what the hell was going on with me and whatever. But also, I figured it was also the medication. The medication was really also just kind of...
All the hormones need to get used to it.
It takes it up there, and then sometimes it just brings it
down.
back
But
down.
that's your experience, because I know from a family member.
Yeah.
For them, they said it makes everything nothing.
Even that.
So
So
you
it would
feel
heighten emotions sometimes, and then when you're crashing. Like, it's like, yeah, and then sometimes it's just, everything is just... And I hated that. I think that was one of the reasons as well why I stopped, but I got off my meds. I had to speak to my doctor, and I'm like, bro, this is not I need to kind of... I want to be in control of my own emotions, just so I can understand everything around me better.
Exactly.
Because it was tough. Like, it was really, really, really tough. Because I was like, why am I even crying? Like, also, you've taken
it's
your
giving
meds.
your period is coming.
Yeah, right?
But
Like,
it's
but
coming
like,
the
it's
whole
like...
time.
It's never stops.
Exactly that. Like, but it's just, it's never coming. But you just feel like it's coming, but it's not coming. But yeah, pretty much.
So if you had stopped taking meds, for example, like you said, or even if you take like a lower dose
Yeah,
of something
sure,
to
sure.
help, what is the opposite side of, okay, these are exercises, these are things you can do that helps you manage it? Or is there something that goes hand in hand with it?
I think there's a lot of things that can help manage mental health. I think for me, I'm a wellness person, chakra hands worldwide. I've
Did you say wireless?
No, chakra hands worldwide.
Oh, I thought you said I'm a wireless person. I was like,
Listen, Barbara, listen.
I'm trying.
Chakra alignment, my sister.
Alright,
Alignment,
Meditation.
alignment. Please. So I found that just aligning my chakras, so yoga, your meditation, listening to yourself and listening to your body, kind of does help.
Okay.
With that journaling as well. Because you get to understand your emotions a lot better as well, and what it is that's going on in your mind. Gym.
The gym.
Exercise, guys.
Guys.
Release those endorphins. My endorphins are
Period.
easy. Release them. We must release all. Release everything that needs to be. Yeah, I just find gym to be very therapeutic as well. Even in moments where I'm just like, oh, I'm having such a bad day, but it's like, as soon as I get to the gym and it's, I have the time of my life.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things, man, but just wellness as a whole, there's a lot of things that you can do that have to do with wellness. And I really feel like that kind of helps you just kind of understand your mental health and your emotions a lot better. Yeah.
Actually, that gym one it's starting to hit home. Like, every day someone walks on here.
Yeah, but
like,
also that debit
"You
order
should
is
jump.
not nice.
You
So
should
you
jump."
So exercise.
Exercise. also.
Exercise. It doesn't have
Also,
to be
'cause you-
going to
yeah.
some place.
But I don't like
You
that
don't have
word,
to go to a
period.
certain place.
Just the word X when I'm
You can just do it at home. Just buy your equipment,
There's
keep
a
gym
lot.
at home.
No, there is a gym at home, Shame. There's a gym downstairs. It's right downstairs.
Ma'am,
And I said to
ma'am.
somebody, like, guys, the gym is right downstairs.
You have no excuse.
I have to
Stan.
just go
Literally.
down
You
there
have
and
no
like, do it.
excuse.
Okay,
Yeah.
fine. I will make the notes to go
Please,
to the
yes.
gym.
It's
But
so
someone
good
who
for you.
also likes the gym is your character. And well,
Yes.
I don't even think she knew that though.
I don't think so. I think she didn't realize that exercise was actually something that could help her, which is actually why we should roll the next clip, because it's going to give us a little bit insight.
I think let's do that.
Oh my god, I'm so sorry. Are you okay? I'm so sorry.
I'm okay. Don't worry. I'm okay.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm okay.
I'm so sorry. I didn't see you there and it was an accident.
You assaulted me. I'm going to lay charges. Relax. I'm joking.
So what's really cool that I realized is that with Grace like grabbing the ice to help this guy she's now punched in the face is low-key like
Whoa.
what we learned.
Whoa.
She said, whoa. Please, okay, keep your hands there. But it reminds me of the exercise we did on one of the episodes with the clinical psychologist. I was
Yeah.
like, grab the ice, hold the ice. And I think what's wild is like, as you watch the series, you'll see how Grace starts to think more clearly. And now it's like,
Wait a minute. Wait a
Light bulb
minute.
moment.
It was because it was a coping strategy.
Without knowing.
Without
yeah.
knowing.
Without even knowing it,
So
right?
I think what you said about listening to your body is really
Yeah.
cool. Journaling, exercise, sharp, whatever.
Listen to thyself.
We'll add it to the list. I know for me, I clean. Like when I have stress,
Of course.
Chronic cleaning.
Of course.
I'm gonna lift the bed with this hand.
Even if it's
sweep
2
with
a.m.
this
in the
one.
morning, like, it's just
exactly.
like-
That's my toxic trait. At 2 o'clock in the morning, I open my wardrobe and I'm like, it's time to rearrange
just
the wardrobe.
Everything.
Everything. You pull
Everything.
everything out and then halfway through you're like, actually,
Actually,
I'm tired. I will try this again
In
tomorrow.
the morning.
And
in the morning
you just lay on top of all your clothes.
Yes,
on
right.
the bed.
You put everything on the side.
Guys, are we all
Do we
just
all
so
live one
Yes,
life?
yes.
That's so
how
weird.
tragic. But I'm curious. So that's like just dealing with mental health as a whole, right?
Yeah.
But I know when you've got something like a big show that you're hosting, or maybe a big gig, because now you're into the ting,
song.
you know, you're doing this major thing. How do you practically calm yourself down? Because there's abnormal anxiety that
Yeah.
requires you to go and see a
Sure,
doctor,
sure,
deal
sure.
with all these things. But then there's normal everyday anxiety.
Yeah.
So what are the practical ways that you
So for me, ways I've found is just preparing.
I literally said that though.
prepare. Whatever it is, prepare. So even for the DJing, I've, bought my own equipment. Yeah, I've got my own little studio there. It's just like I'm
Women in
constantly,
technology.
I'm constantly always just preparing. You know when you're going to gig. You know which crowd. I mean, you don't maybe necessarily know a crowd, but you know where you're playing. Like, oh, I'm maybe playing in Braamfontein, or I'm playing in, I don't know, Pretoria, whatever. So you kind of try and like, okay, maybe Praetorian people like this type of music or this type of, maybe try it. So I prepare. I just, try and just prepare
I'm so
as much
tempted
as
to
I
go into
can.
like a masterclass on like
Yeah,
how to build a
Yes.
brand and like manage and
Facilitate.
Wow,
Finesse.
finesse.
Hey!
It's MMA boxing me now, but like just finessing life as a
Yeah.
whole. But I think maybe that's a conversation.
I mean,
For
speak it
another
into existence.
day.
Girl. That's all I'm
Period.
saying.
We'll do that. But I think for now, what we can do is look at the clip where Grace
Yes.
then starts talking to her crush, right?
Yeah, well, opens up to him
Yeah.
actually.
Okay. Welcome.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys. Sorry,
When
tell
I
us,
crush,
Grace.
when I crush,
Mina, you are young, so I'm shut to crush him.
girl.
Yeah.
Damn.
No, he's my boyfriend.
Oh.
Yeah. But he's my
well,
true crush,
valid.
guys. Like, that's
Oh,
literally
okay,
the love of my life.
valid.
Hopefully you don't break up, or else this will be a very sad episode.
Let's get into it.
Get right into that.
Is she okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. It just under a lot of pressure, and which is normal for me. I'm like second engineering student, top of my class, and last year was like really great, but this year is just something else.
Yo, guys, looking at that, my
Nile
heart.
is a river.
Oh, my heart goes out to her so much. I think like she even now behind the scenes, guys, Tahira was saying all of the right things, but all I will just reference her is saying that Grace feels seen for the first time in that
always
moment.
want to feel seen.
You know, especially when you're struggling and in your head you're
Yeah.
like, I'm so alone. No one is seeing that I'm struggling. And the fact that she's also just like, I am not struggling. I'm doing everything I need
denial,
to.
yeah.
Exactly. I'm like, I'm gonna fix this. I'm gonna fix this. I don't need anyone's help fixing this. And that just adds to the layer of pressure that she's experiencing. And that just makes you sad. I feel like I say that about her like every time. I'm just like, oh
She
my,
makes me so...
I need to
You
give
just
this
wanna
girl a
just like,
hug.
oh,
I want to
come
hold her.
here.
Tell her it's gonna be okay.
It really is gonna be okay,
Cry.
yeah.
Please cry if you need to. Have a cathartic
Cry if you
moment.
need
Punch a
Honor
pillow.
the feelings. Just honor the emotion.
Exactly.
And I think that's like the natural thing that relationships do. I don't know if you guys have ever been in a relationship as
Oh,
loving
girl,
as
sorry,
mine,
sorry.
as amazing and
We
awesome
apologize
as mine
for
with
being
my
single this
crush,
long.
My six-pack crush.
I'm sorry. I'm not single. I'm sorry.
Oh, yo, remember? You know, it's okay.
You know what? Maybe I must just get up from this chair and just whoa.
I was going to say,
I'm
take
the
our
only-
blood so we can
I'm the only
transfer the
single one here.
blessing.
Okay,
You
let
how
me
you
just-
know?
Okay,
Just take the
one,
blessing.
two, three, transfer.
Period. you will find
Brought
love.
unto you,
It's
girl.
coming, and he's gonna
I
be so
receive.
fine. He's
I
gonna be so
receive.
fine and
Yeah,
so tall.
He better be.
He better be. He needs to match your fly.
If you're watching this, you better
Period.
But in general, I think relationships do something like that, whether it's romantic or
Or
if it's
platonic,
platonic.
yeah.
That's
And I
true.
know with you, I don't know the name. Ke non Jabulo or kin Jabulo?
Mang.
A friend that you made when you were in hospital.
Non-jabulo.
Non-jabulo, right? So you made this friend
Yes.
while you were unpacking your 3 weeks of
Hey.
everything and your
Hey.
mental health issues. And my chat is, how do you get to a point where you identify that, oh, this is somebody I can trust with my heart?
That's a
I
good
think,
question.
guys, the psychiatric hospital, gumnandi, ne?
Yeah, they give you breakfast, lunch, supper, menu.
Gumnandi, guys, because it's so nice because I don't know what it is, but it feels as if we're all seeing each other.
Your eyes are all open.
Like
babe.
we're
It's like
all,
raw.
Yeah, like yes, like you're just naked in front of these people, and we're seeing each other for who we truly are. Now what you're trying to hide. Now what you're trying. We're seeing the depths of your
the
soul, literally. And I think that made like. I was close to a lot of people in that hospital. Like, yes, I had my own like little tribe, but like I was almost close to like everyone there because we were all just going through a similar thing, and we only had each other. Like, yes, obviously, the doctors and everything, but we only had each other, and we understood each other more than anything. Because even like I said, even when you'd step out of hospital,
These
people
people, they
just
don't get it.
They don't get it.
They don't get
They
it.
don't like us.
But as soon as you go back, it's like, I feel seen and heard. Like, yeah, I think.
So the hospital is a nice place. Because my thing is like, people always make it such a, oh, she's going to the place.
It's not too bad, guys. I think.
No, but it's real, guys. These are things people are saying on the
course.
streets.
True,
I just
that's
think
true.
when you know what you're going there to do, everything just kind of free flows. Yeah, you find, what's the word? You find your
Community.
flow. Yeah, you find your flow in your community. Yeah, it's really not that bad. Like when you know you have a problem and you want to find a solution,
And you
you're
wanna be
going to
free.
find a solution. That's it.
And I think it's also the fact that everyone is there looking for the
For a
same
solution. Yes,
They've all come
yes,
to the point in their lives where
yes.
they are saying, you know what, I think I need help.
Yeah.
So you're not there focused on the other
What
person.
that another person
Ole ba re
thinks,
o na le
yeah.
depression. Ole o ka re
We
ba na
had
le-
some lady, I remember when we were there, some lady had come in. I think she was having like trouble with her partner or something like that, if I'm not mistaken. And I think they had agreed together that, okay, the lady's going to come in first, and then as soon as she's done, the husband or the boyfriend, whatever, is going to then come in. But they just wanted to like get help
Oh, okay.
for each
Yeah.
other. The most tragic
other?
thing, yeah. So they were having whatever issues they were having in
That's
their
so
relationship,
sweet.
and they understood what was
Okay,
going on, right?
cool.
So it was just like, okay, you're gonna go in first, and then I'm gonna go in after. But the
Okay.
most tragic thing happened while this lady was was in
don't
hospital,
say
and he'd
that.
come and visit. He'd come. We'd
Hey,
see
hey,
him.
what happened? What
Like-
happened?
He
Hey.
committed suicide.
Oh.
He committed suicide while at home. Like she received a call, and I remember, I can literally still hear her scream. It was the most painful thing
That is
ever.
so deep.
Like it was the most painful thing to witness ever. I was like, it's
That makes
crazy.
me so sad.
Yes, because it's like his turn was next. So it's also
Yeah.
that thing of like when you delay something and you're telling yourself, kishapu.
But also maybe he didn't want to stress her too much.
You don't want to feel like a burden.
Yeah, because also
Yo.
that's the thing. You never want to feel like a burden. And I feel like also with men also kind of have it harder than
Because you
women.
must be indoor.
Yeah, indoor must be
Be
strong.
strong.
Mustn't cry. You mustn't. And it's just like, guys, it's so important to honor your emotions. Whatever it is that you're feeling, feel it. If you want to scream it out, cry it out. Like honor whatever emotion it is that you're feeling at that time. It was painful. Like it was so painful. But I think it's just that you never want to be a burden to people. And sometimes it's not even. I don't know what it is. Like the mental is such a crazy thing. Like it's really crazy because you can literally think one thing and then you do another.
Exactly.
It's so insane, yeah.
And that vulnerability, because now you're like saying about like meeting people and just feeling like you instantly connect because you're like naked and raw in front of
Yeah.
these people. And it's like, it's so difficult to be vulnerable in your day to day. Because now you're thinking, okay, cool, I don't have time to be sad by myself or like have that moment because I have work to do, I have kids to take care
Schedule
of.
the moments,
so-
girls.
I have-
Schedule the moments. Put it in your diary.
Exactly.
Your schedule breakdown days.
Schedule
You
the
schedule
cries,
them.
ma'am.
I was just about to say that. You have
like
to
as you
know.
grow older, like we have to do, okay?
We really do.
We really have stuff to do. So it's just like I can't. Like it's just I don't have the time to cry, so I need to schedule the cries.
Wow, no to
Yeah,
self.
like the other
Schedule
day,
the
my best
You
friend
really
and
have
I,
to.
she wasn't okay. Like I wasn't okay. Something had happened at home, and I was like, ugh, gonna go to the gym because everything's making me so angry. So I went to the gym. So then after the gym, I hit her up. I'm like, are you okay? She's like, no, I'm not okay. I'm like, I'm also not okay. I'm like, do you wanna go grab ice cream? She's like, I don't eat ice cream, but like, I'm like, okay, it's fine. Let's take a drive. And then we ended up in Northwest, I think.
The God has
But
never
we
stopped.
drove, yeah, we drove, ended up in some park, and then we cried it out, and then we drove back. Yeah, but sometimes you have to schedule the cries.
And what
Like-
do those conversations look like? Like when you start that conversation, how does it go? Do you say, I feel, is it a tough thing
With
to
my
start?
best friend
Yeah,
or-
with your friend.
No, they know.
Oh, they know?
Oh,
they
no,
can
they
just tell.
know. They know.
Okay, so what if I'm in a situation where I don't have that support system? Like I don't have people around me and I'm trying to start building now that network of people who will lift me up.
I think energy never lies, right? So you will
Period.
always know who you can speak to and start building from that. I always believe in energy because my best friend was someone I also met like I think a few years into the industry, and she's someone that's just like a very close friend and sister to me now. And it was just always that, like just energy. Like I think also just growing up, I never had that where like you have people that you can speak to about certain things because I think I was always an independent child. I'm my mother's firstborn.
Strong, like independent woman.
Right,
Come
so
on, somebody.
You're always doing things for yourself. I was also in boarding school, so I was independent from a very, very, very young age. So I never had like, okay, I have this person I can. So I also kind of had to build that myself. But so for me, I think it was just energy. Like, oh, you feel the energy. Okay, I feel like this person's good for my soul. I can always speak to them. But also it's how they react. When you speak to them, like, oh, okay, what's the conversation when you say something? What's
you
the
listen
reaction?
and you
Yeah,
judge?
do they listen
Ayy.
or do they just spew out whatever they decide comes out of their mouth? But it's just energy. Yeah.
I was even going to say, like, even like scheduling when you want to cry or just having positive pep talks with yourself. Like, I will not lie, every single morning I have a conversation with myself. And if
you
I'm
have
not
to.
happy, hey, Lauren, you're not okay. And
You
it's
have
fine.
to.
It's not okay. It feels heavy. We're going to do some breathing. We're going to do some butterfly taps and we're going to conquer the day.
Yeah.
Wait, what are these butterfly taps? Can you show me?
So it's like you just do this and it calms down your nervous system.
Hi, guys.
No, you have
Don't
to.
fight.
You have to do one.
No, because I need it now. Like,
Opposite sides. And it like activates
Yeah.
different
Yeah.
sides of your brain.
God, I'm gonna
But don't
start
fight.
crying.
Just calm
Just
down.
calm down and breathe as you do it.
I just wanted to my sorry. Anyway, girl, yes, your morning routine.
Yeah, so like I do that literally every single morning. Like I have to. And even then I'm like, okay, this talk is quick because we have to get out of the house right now. So even if it's like a quick tap and a quick breathing, I'm beautiful, I'm calm, I'm capable,
Sexy.
I'm confident,
I'm everything.
I am everything, and I'm Lauren Smith. Now I can go out and conquer the day. And I don't understand, but
It does something.
it does something to your brain. Like
I
it
can't
literally
wait
does something
until
in your brain.
You're famous, and then I'm like telling people how, like, guys, she was sitting here telling me I'm confident, I'm sexy,
I'm
Lauren
everything.
No, you are that girl, and you have to remind yourself. I think for
You
me,
do have to remind yourself.
It's wild because I don't talk to myself in the mirror or like say something.
Yeah.
But I find songs that kind of like speaks to the
Speaks
spirit
to
that I'm
you.
telling me.
Yes.
Well, we're not Beyonce. Then I'm like,
Just doing that
oh,
thing,
I'm
yeah.
that girl. Or like, you know, religious music, and then I play it out and I'm singing. I'm like, yeah, I can feel I'm getting lighter and lighter and lighter. And I think there are different things that work.
Yeah,
for
we all have our
people.
different ways of coping with certain
And that's
things.
what's cool. But I'm more interested in like the benefits then. If you have a friend like your best friend who you can just call and you guys have the money to get in a car and drive until you get to
No,
the
sometimes
Northwest.
it's not about the money. Sometimes it's just like you do what's good for your soul. Sometimes your soul just wants a drive. Just drive. Like
My
just
soul
do
always
it.
wants dunked wings. I don't want to lie.
Don't do it.
Yeah. Like
My sister.
on my baddest days, I'm
My
like,
sister, we need to
can we
maintain
do
the
quality?
figures. So we can't be having
I
that.
cannot maintain it with the gym.
But you don't
When
want
I
to
have-
go to the gym.
Yeah, but I'm
Yeah.
gonna go.
The exercise. We're not asking you to gym. Just exercise.
Okay, guys. This is an exercise, like
What is an exercise?
talking.
Sitting and talking.
Yes. I get excited. I laugh. My abs are activated.
Okay.
That's one way of
I'll
looking
take
at
it.
it.
I'll take it.
Not bad.
It's not that I'm
Okay.
denying everything. I'm working at it. But I think somebody who really does not have community and doesn't know how to necessarily tap into the power of talking to people. And wait again, ne? I don't mean to call him out, but he's low-key toxic. Because this thing, ya gore, when you are angry, you're gonna take back your power and start giving us the silent treatment, doesn't sit well with me.
Okay.
Sorry, I don't believe it. Her daddy.
Yeah. Next clip, guys.
Next
Roll the
clip.
Daddy, please open up. I'm sorry, I really messed up and I'll never lie to you again. I just didn't want to disappoint you and I'll find another fellowship and I'll make you proud.
Oh my Shayla.
My harkie.
Oh my heart's a pun.
It's
Oh,
not-
darling.
Can you speak
Oh.
Afrikaans?
Ja, ik kan Afrikaans praten.
Oh, come
Baie mooi
Yeah, yeah.
Just said
Yeah,
ja.
yeah.
Is that all you say?
Ja,
Is that
nee.
all you know?
Ja,
Ja.
nee,
Sê
ja.
kan
ja,
baie
ja.
Afrikaans
Ja, ja.
praat.
Ik kan Frans praten.
Ek sê wat Afrikaans meisie. Period. No, it's
that-
giving I'm a product of a hoërskool. Like you can tell that.
Yeah,
Me, I'm a product of a laarschool.
Oh, period.
No, not, yeah, laarschool, ne?
Laerskool.
Yeah,
How many years ago
laarschool
was
is
that?
primary, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
laarschool.
Laarschool.
and then obviously in high school, I did Afrikaans instead of Zulu, but yeah.
Yeah, that's real because you're not gonna start like Zulu now in the middle of grade
I mean, I
8.
could have.
I mean,
I could
it would have been tough.
have.
I did Zulu lessons when I was in primary school. We're definitely going on a tangent here.
Yeah, no, we got sidetracked. We went here and then we just veered to the left. That's the right,
No, but
sorry.
everyone gets excited. When it's time to speak Afrikaans, we just get spirited. But I'm looking at this situation. Okay, Grace is dead. Yo,
That was
Absolutely
yo, my heart.
toxic.
My heart.
After everything I did for this family,
Like you asked to be born. Like I did not ask. Take care of me. You're my father. What do you mean?
Love me.
Love
Hug
me.
me.
See me. Hear me.
I think that's such a tough conversation, particularly in the people of color spectrum of families, because it's like, how many of us actually hug our fathers? Like, you know, that's the wildest thing to me, guys. When I see people hugging and kissing their black fathers,
So
I'm like,
that shouldn't
you
be
hug
funny.
your dad?
That should
It
not
shouldn't be funny.
I'm
It
thinking about it right now. That's so hilarious. How many of us actually do hug our fathers?
Yes,
Like that is.
when last did you hug your
wow.
father?
Okay, I won't lie. I actually saw my dad yesterday and I did hug him yesterday because I saw him
Wow, that's
yesterday.
nice.
But the difference is also we have a healthier dynamic because
Okay.
he's also sought help. He's also been
Okay,
to a
so
therapist.
he's doing
that's
the
a new
work.
Yes.
level.
So when he sought help and he knew I was struggling, he was Lauren, do you want to go? Do you want to go and see someone? Medicaid is paying for it. And I was like, yeah.
I'm so
please.
jealous.
He's the opposite
So-
of your TV father.
Literally the opposite of my TV father. But don't get me wrong, we still have our issues, but we're now capable of like
But he's
working it
doing
out.
the
But he's doing
Guys,
the work. and
There
he's
is
willing to
like
do it.
there's nothing more amazing than a parent actually like just taking the initiative and saying, I'm going to do
the work.
the work.
Exactly.
Because it's so tough, guys. And I mean also like not to blame them or anything, you know, because
not
it's
to
like
blame them.
we're not blaming them.
No.
Me, I understand the parents,
Yeah,
guys.
yeah. Now that we are
the
adults,
parents out there,
the parents.
parents,
we understand you.
I
Send
absolutely,
immediate payment.
I get them. They come from a time that was completely different to ours.
So different.
They didn't have cell phones even.
Cell phones.
Apartheid.
Even this,
Apartheid.
even this whole mental health thing. What are you saying?
There wasn't time for that.
There wasn't time for that. So it was just like, we don't have time. Must do what you need. So there's a lot of trauma that I feel like that they have endured and that they never got to like deal with, which then I feel like they then project.
And you see it
Yeah.
when you're crying and they haven't hit you and it's like, I haven't hit you.
Why are you crying?
Do you know that my mother
My
would
mother!
take the spoon
I just
and do this to me. I didn't even lift a finger and you are crying. And that's the trauma you're talking about.
Yo,
Yeah,
it is a lot.
it is a lot.
And it's so unfortunate. And because also you have to understand it. Like, it's because it's just like, it's not their fault. But also it gets to a point where you're just like, how long do I have to then parent my parents?
Exactly. Why am I the adult in the situation
Yeah, why?
when you're the one
it's
behaving
so
like a
difficult.
child?
And I think it's because our generations, plural, we are from the same generation, but our generations are so kind of lucky in the sense that we are woke. Like,
Self-awareness
we
peak.
love self-awareness, sometimes to our own detriment.
Of course.
Yeah, but because obviously too much of a good thing is not
very
great.
horrible.
It's not great. But I think for me, just looking at the amount of friends in my circle, going through therapy, doing the work, I'm like, guys, now you are getting married. That means you're going to be a mother who's healed. Like, our generation is going to be the generation of moms who, like, are not the angry black mom stereotype. Because wildest
We're
thing to
doing
me,
the work, and my friend used to say that to me, Unozugu, like, and I never used to understand it. I never used to, like, the early years of our friendship, she always used to say to me, friend, you have to keep doing the work. Like, and I was like, what's the work?
It never
What is
stops.
this
What's this work that we have to keep doing? It's funny now when we have conversations like, hi, this work doesn't stop. Hey?
It never
Every
stops.
day it's just,
keeps on
you're
going.
constantly doing the work because you also want to just better yourself all the time.
and there's
like,
always room for improvement.
there's always room for improvement.
It's not normal when you go on TikTok and then they're dragging the angry mom. We can't all have the same mother. Like, all of us are looking at those TikTok videos and it's like, my mom says this, but you're saying your mom says the same thing. All of our moms
Yeah,
say
they're all
our
the
moms
same.
are hurt, guys. Our moms are hurt. But like you said, I think there are parents who are putting in the work. And sometimes I know for me, because my mom tried to put us into therapy. How old was I? Like 8, 9, 10. She was like, babies, let's go to therapy. Oh, boringest exercise
You didn't
of my life. I
understand
didn't
it.
understand
Of course
because I was
not.
a kid.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting there, this lady showing me pictures on the table, like, what do you see here? And then I tell her what I see, like, obvious, you can see what's
See,
in the
it's a
picture. My
fish.
sister, it's a fish. And then at some point, there was a picture of a guy on a unicycle
Yeah.
and he's walking on a tightrope, like,
Yeah.
So I'm like, this guy is trying to commit suicide. Yo, did this lady not?
Dark.
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 Very dark for an 8-year-old.
She looked at the picture, she said, why do you say that? I said, because you can see on a bicycle on a rope, obviously he's gonna fall, he's gonna die, this guy's trying to kill himself. She's like, tell me, is that something that you
think about often?
And I remember back then, it was such an annoying thing because, like, obviously I don't think that. But when you start to realize that these questions are important in exposing parts of you to yourself that you maybe weren't aware of. Like, maybe I was a dark child, you know?
Exactly.
And I didn't know that I was dark. And this is the importance of then going, seeking help and doing the actual work.
Exactly,
But
yeah.
how often is it that, okay, as much as we're trying to do the work and, you know, become better versions of ourselves, that our parents influence then our regression, if that makes sense? Like, do you understand what I'm saying?
Wait, I don't
Like, you're
understand
doing the
what
work,
you're
man.
saying. Yes.
You're going forward. But you're
Yes.
still living in a household where your mom isn't doing the work and she's not going forward. How then do you navigate an environment that looks like that?
You leave the household.
Yikes.
And I'm not even speaking from experience. Me, I'm still at home. But I think it's getting to a point where I'm just like, I think maybe in order for me to
Grow more?
grow more, I am gonna have to leave. Unfortunately, that's what's going to have happen. Yeah, and a lot of people say that for your own peace. Just leave the
Because
nest.
the rent at home is free, but you pay with that.
But your mental
Health is
health
paying. It is paying.
My assumption, though, of your life is that you grew up in a very loving household because
Absolutely,
you mentioned
absolutely.
you went to art school.
Yes,
So,
absolutely.
like, what was the conversation around you going to an artistic high school? Did you just wake up and say, I want to be an artist?
No, I actually went to an art school to prove a point.
Okay. Spiteful.
Because how can you say I can't do something?
So there was that conversation of you
No,
can't.
it wasn't at home.
All right.
It was at school. Weirdly
Interesting.
enough, the one place
where you must be
where you must be encouraged to just spread the wings and be free. And then, you know, you have your teacher discouraging you, asking you, why are you going to an art school when you can just go to a normal school and just become like normal kids? You see, my daughter goes to a normal school and
it's
she
the word
still takes the drama. She still takes the drama as a subject on the side. I don't want to take
As a
drama.
Not on my side.
No, I want to do this thing, man. So I kind of had to prove a point to her. I was like, net for writing.
You know, I feel like I'm about
say
to go
it, say it.
on a low-key tangent, ne? But we can talk about parents being direct input on your mental health, but teachers, guys,
Guardians.
teachers,
Yeah.
and I always
Adults
say
in
this,
your life.
Anytime I get invited to speak to a school or something, at the end of it, I'm always like, teachers, remember who you are. Remember that you are the one who has the power to shape a kid. Because in grade 8, I remember there was a teacher, I'm going to name him. Should I name him? Or
Yes.
Name and shame.
Yeah, give me Star Vessels. Man, yeah, Vessels was like 100 years old man. I don't know how old he was, but he was really, really old, guys. Like, he was like 100. And we were in his class, it was EGD, and this is grade 8. So we just,
EGD, we didn't have that in
Engineering,
art
graphics,
school.
and design.
Didn't
Yeah.
have
Oh,
that.
sorry.
Didn't have that in an art
Yeah,
school.
yeah, you didn't have to have it, my darling.
Yeah, clearly.
You didn't go to a normal school.
EG what? EGD.
Engineering. So he like calls me because obviously I'm a
Yeah.
yappist, you know, that's
Period.
kind of what I do.
That's-
Yes.
And
Because
he
look
calls
at you
me-
years later, darling.
Literally, I'm like,
Yapping for
killing
money.
it, making money
Money
off of
Marcina.
it. So what? Anyways, we're derailing, guys.
Yes, we go, guys. Can we focus?
Okay, focus.
Help us to focus. Okay. So there I am in the back of the class.
Yeah.
He says, you, come to the front of the class. So, hey, Evan. Go to the front of the class, I stand there. This is like the first week of school, mind you. I'm standing there in my little uniform. He's like, I want you people to look at her and see. Girls like this never make it anywhere in life.
Ay, Sana, what do you mean?
He went on a long tangent about how girls
What
like
do
me-
you even
and
mean?
It's the life of a word school, my baby.
I'm
Ay,
very
what do you
You are
mean?
dealing with elements and things,
Ay, what do you mean? Because,
right? My classmates are laughing.
guys, the first week of school.
That's the
what?
first
Grade
day of
eight,
school.
baby,
But it
at
was
school.
based
Grade
on the
eight
fact that
even, like, 'cause
I'm
that's-
laughing and I'm bubbly, I'm loving, I'm cute,
And that's who you are.
and that's who I am. And he
Period.
said, "Girls like you, girls like
You
you, they
never
don't go far.
make it."
They don't go far." And the class is laughing because they know I've been number 1 on the top 10 from grade 4 until 7. So everyone kind of anticipates that, hey, well, this is the smartest girl in
In
our
the
class. So when you're
classroom.
saying she's never going to go anywhere, what
do
are
you
you saying?
mean?
And at the end of the year, he had to shake my hand and give me the EGD trophy because I was the top student.
Manier, if you are watching this,
Manier
I'm
already
so
knows.
sorry to you.
After that, I became his favorite. Oh, my Barbara come you saw. It's like
The change up
you know,
happens.
the change up
It's
happens,
crazy.
but it's then there's still a mental fight, and it puts a strain on you when you're putting on the
Absolutely.
extra effort of I have to prove this person
Point,
wrong.
yeah, I have to
Because
prove
people
point.
like to paint it as a healthy thing, like it's cute. Yeah, I had to prove my enemies.
It's not.
Had to prove my
It's
enemies
really
wrong.
not cute,
But it's
though.
Why are
also
you
a toll on
proving?
you.
It
Why are you
does.
proving things to people that
Speak
actually
on
don't
it.
care about
Speak
you?
on it, man.
Because they really don't care. That's the honest truth. So why do you care?
Yeah.
It's not easy because again, it's the
It's the mental.
it's the mental, and you go down that.
Go down that
rabbit hole.
spiral.
Yes, that spiral. So I'm like, if I'm in a situation where I don't have the opportunities, or I need to prove myself, but I can't really go to art school. Maybe your parents are like Grace, where they want you to be daddy's little engineer,
Yeah.
but you want to be an Afrotech DJ. Like, what do you think that conversation
is like.
like?
I think actually, sorry for interrupting because I know you directed the question towards her.
I directed it to the
To
air.
the universe.
To the air, Baba.
Okay, thank you. All I wanted to say was if you have to have like a difficult conversation with a parent or a guardian, like I would say that you need to plan. Yay, plan.
Planning.
What are you
Know
saying?
what you're talking
How are you
about.
going to say it? If you can't speak it, write a letter. Like write it to them so that they can read it, because I also feel sometimes when the words come out of your mouth as a child, sometimes parents don't listen, or they choose when to listen, or they choose to pick apart.
When you read it and the child's not there, you're thinking, my child wrote this, you will cry. You will cry a cry you've never cried before. Wow.
They pick apart what you're saying and then they kind of twist it, and you're like, okay, but you're not listening to me. So
Yes.
sometimes speaking it out loud won't work. Write
So
a
write
letter
it
for them,
down,
or even if you do choose to speak to them, put it in a space where everyone's calm, everyone's relaxed, and then just tell them, hey, I need you to give me like 5 minutes. Please don't say anything.
Hey,
I
no.
need to speak.
That's deep. Okay, yeah, but you must say it before.
Before,
Yeah,
not
yes.
not
But
after,
it's
because
like,
they
when
might
should you
interrupt
say
you during, because they're like, hey, I gave you everything, roof over your head, food.
Yeah.
It's not about the food.
That doesn't
Thank you
make
for
you
the
a great
roof,
parent.
but this is what I'm
But
struggling with.
also, it's your job as a parent.
It just makes you a parent, you
Yeah,
know.
it's your
It just
job,
makes you a
man.
parent.
You've been fed your whole life. Have you gone to bed hungry? No, but
So why are you fed?
No, but like, who else is supposed to feed me?
No, who else is supposed to feed you?
what do you mean? What kind of question is this?
But I think that's a good point. I think writing it down and
Yeah,
having it there.
I think I was also gonna say the same thing. Like
Yeah.
literally just planning out
Plan
things, like
it out.
research, like
Know what you're gonna say.
yeah, know what you're gonna say. Like put in the work. Put in the
in
work.
more work.
So that,
Everyone
yeah,
should
more
get
work.
t-shirts that
It's
say,
always
"Put
work.
in the work."
It's always work. So that when you know, when you're going to your parent, you're going to sit them down. You know exactly. Like you can answer also the questions that also they might have.
Exactly.
Because you did your
yes,
research.
you know, because you did your,
Period.
your
No,
actual
it is really
research.
giving work.
It's tough, and also because parents are different. So
Yes.
They are
Exactly.
different.
It's
Shame. And
tough.
some are boring. But anyway. Don't mind though, y'all be safe. I have to add that just for safety.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
I so
mine
I
are
still have
very
a place to
strict.
go in the future. But we've got a segment of our podcast that we call The Hot Seat. And it's basically where we just shine a spotlight on ikanda yako, knowledgeable, you know, and you give us your best answer as quickly as possible.
Okay,
As just whatever comes to mind.
There's a
just-
lot of things that
Yeah,
come to my mind.
don't give
Yes.
us the true mind, okay? Give us the mind.
The
that we need.
mind.
Give us the mind, the actor.
The
please, my
mind,
sister.
the mind that we need.
Yes, the
for
mind
the
that we
show.
need. Please, switch on the call the character
Okay.
that we need. Thank you so
Got
much.
you.
Grace. Take it away. Grace, not Grace.
Ma'am. The character names
Lauren.
Lauren.
Lauren. Take it away.
Lauren. Yeah, I don't know the questions out of the top of my head.
Oh, she said.
Wait, give me a moment.
Don't worry, let it cook, ma'am. They are so secret, we have to hide them.
now. Oh,
Yeah, that's how powerful the
Okay.
questions are.
Okay. Are you ready?
I think so.
Okay. So, first question. How do you cope with rejection even when you open up?
Hectic.
Hot
How do I deal with it? Cry it out. Just cry it out and honor whatever emotion comes in that moment. Yes.
Okay,
Yes,
okay.
yes.
How do you cope with being judged and stigmatized?
I don't care, guys.
Period.
I really don't care. What you think of me is honestly none of my business.
Real.
Okay. Why do you think people judge or make you feel the shame about mental health issues?
Because they're also going through their own things that they're unaware of.
That is so real. That's the realest answer
So
I've ever heard. Because now they are going
Yeah, we're
through
all
mental
going through
health.
things.
Go wishing
Yes.
as well.
Yes.
Mm. How do you navigate negative responses to asking for help?
How would I break that down in simple English?
When you ask for help and they say
No.
no,
So how do I deal with that?
Yes. Like there's an
Like maybe
you
you try
breaking
to
down.
open
Yeah,
up
or open
to
up.
someone.
Yeah.
But wait,
And
what?
then-
You guys spoke on it.
okay, so let's say you see like the time when you had to go to hospital.
Yes.
You said work was very understanding.
Sure.
How would you have navigated it if you went to work and said, guys, I need a break for the
And they
next time?
said
Then they
no.
said no. You are here to work.
Work.
I would have just broken down. I don't know what would have happened, but I just would have broken down.
And honor the emotion that you're feeling.
Yeah.
Period.
Always.
Thank you very
Always
much.
honor the emotions.
Is that all the questions?
Yes.
You passed the test. Congratulations.
And they were gold. Thinking on her feet.
Yes, yes. It really is giving professional mental health activists. I think you need an
Period.
honorary PhD doctorate.
I love it.
We should be calling you Dr. DJ Nomvelo.
Cupcake. We must speak about it, okay, Mr. President? Thank you.
Mr. Prezi. But
Thank
you
you,
so
Mr.
much
Prezi.
for joining us
No,
today.
guys, thank you for
you.
having me.
It
This
was
was
really
so
nice to
lovely.
have a superstar
Like
in
this
our
energy. I love it.
I love it.
When are you guys bringing me back again?
I talk to my boss.
Speak
Talk
to
your
my
boss?
bosses.
Talk to my
yes.
boss.
Okay,
Yeah,
I got you.
Yeah, I just work here.
All right. Okay, no problem then.
But thank you as well for spending your time with us. We really appreciate you sitting through this fabulous conversation with us. And I hope you are taking notes. You can also save our number. It's 060 074 7837, and that's for our Big Sis WhatsApp number. And she's basically someone who will get you in touch with the mental health professional that can deal with your specific situation. Otherwise, from me, Babs, it's been a pleasure, and I'll see you next week. Mwah!